Welcome, Barry, and the stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the expo for today. I will just briefly talk about the rise of the wearable smart items. As a coach, I'm actually the first strength and conditioning coach here in Hong Kong, and I used to coach in US for a basketball team, and then I came to Hong Kong, and then I ended up being a supervisory coach in the Olympic Committee, and then teach in university. But I think what's really different compared to the past is that wearable items. In the old days when we train triathlon athletes, for example, we have to count our own heart rate. Nowadays, you have your smartwatches, you have your wearable items. It makes training so much easier, so much convenience for everyday weekend sport warriors. So I think the rise of wearable items definitely help for individuals. Everyone could become an athlete now basically by their own training. So believe it or not, we actually come a long way. Wearable items started in 1965. Was done by Professor Hanotano from Japan. He actually started this wearable item to test your steps. So 10,000 steps a day, it was done with a research in the old days. The wearable item actually called manbu. Manbu, it's Japanese, but it's also the same in Mandarin, right? Manbu means walking. Right? So it's a stepping item to count your step. So in the International Journal of Obesity, they actually found out that 10,000 steps a day actually help you to control your body weight. But there's new research and there's new founding now. But just to show you, it's been around for a while, wearable items. Nowadays, wearable items comes in different formats. I don't know if you guys ever seen this device called the GymAware. It's actually to track down the strength and power of the athletes when they lift the weights. So it detects how fast when the muscle contracts. So wearable item nowadays you can actually bring into gym rooms, and you can actually use items like that without paying thousands of dollars to get to get a service in a sport institution. And you could actually buy your own wearable item, which is really convenient for strength coach and for individual athletes who want to test their own strength and also assess their own ability. This assessment with wearable item assessment that deal with real-time monitor, it actually could have different formats to assess sport performance and activity in different levels. It actually also conduct into individual settings. So you and I, we have different age, we have different body compositions. I might be fatter than you are, right? And then we all are different. Our limbs could be different. Even though we might have the same height, the length of my upper body and my legs might be different compared to you. When I sit down, you might be taller than I am, even though we're the same height. So everything has to be individualized now. So it's been a long way where things could change and customize accordingly. So when I lift the weight up, it should be able to assess me with AI, with my hip hinge, my knee, my ankle, both the strength, the mobility, and the power of when I lift. So nowadays with wearable items, it's going toward with AI. It's going toward where people are able to customize in a easy access format. Wearable item also help sport injury preventions. I don't know how many of you have a basic understanding of human postures and gaits, let's say running gaits. lifting gait or walking gait. Well, a lot of times we have a lot of imbalances. I believe all of us here, we all have our own imbalances. Imbalances from muscular imbalances from our daily work. You know, you use your mouse every day, and it shortens a part of your muscles. And if one muscle shortens, the other part compensates, means it moves. So if I move my mouse like this all the time, or if I carry my bag like this all the time, you know why the doctors say not to do that? Because it will hurt your lower back, because it compensates, right? So you rarely see people walk like this, even though they use their mouse. It's always an S shape with your spine. Okay, so that's a more in-depth thing. I don't want to go into that, then all of you are gonna fall asleep. But your body should be in proper alignment. But all of us have our bad habit. We cross our legs sometimes, we carry one side, sometimes we like to sleep on one side. Research shown that if we stay in this position, in one position for longer than 30 minutes, it changes our body alignment. And you know what happened? Then it will change our movement gait. Then you know what happened after that? Then this will cause us injury. That's how most sport injury occur, because our alignment is not in the right position, and then we compensate, and then we have this twist, and then we torn our muscle, we torn our tendons. So nowadays you could actually use wearable devices. I use my WhatsApp phone, and I just take pictures of my clients or my student, and then I would get this, and then I can show my student, look, your shoulder is not in the right alignment, your pelvis is a bit higher up, that's why you have a leg lower, that's why you have a knee injury, because you are not in the right alignment. And then they will know, oh, okay, so now that's why you have to stretch a certain part. That's why you have to work strengthening a certain part, because this is what we call muscular imbalances, right? So this actually come a long way and help us as a coach, and also help individual to understand what's wrong with their body, right? Like I said, all of us are different. We are born differently, but at the same time, we have different habits, right? We have different habits. We eat different food, right? We like to sit differently, okay? And then sometimes we are not aware of our basic little habit or hobby. Next, with the benefit of wearable devices nowadays, so we went through with helping us with the performance, helping us to track down our daily activity, helping us to decrease our injury risk, and then now it actually helps us with our motivation, right? Nowadays you see smart glasses, sunglasses, with hearing devices, music, right? You could actually have glasses now. I'm not going to give you the brand, but you can have glasses now that actually could check Google Map on your glasses, right? So it actually gives us a lot more convenience. Convenience gives us motivation. You see, you get people who said, oh, I want to be fit. I want to lose weight. But then every day she go to work, she have to make her own food. She's not going to make her own food because it's inconvenience. That's why we are lazy. Human beings are lazy. And if it's easier for us to do exercise, it will improve our motivation, right? And then it's also for us to understand our body more, it will also increase our motivation, right? I'm not going to go into, listening to music is going to improve your motivation as research. There's loads of research, but I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff. But easy access, for me, is the most important thing, right? That's why there's a lot of 24 hours gym right now, right? Because it's easy access. I could go into 24 hours gym anywhere, right? After work, before work. That's how it improves your health. Because if it's difficult for you to get to the gym, you're not going to go to the gym. If it's difficult to you to go out and run, you don't want to, right? Human beings are used to being lazy, right? It's difficult for us to move, okay? We want a lot of things, but we tend not to do it, We know what's good for us, but we don't want to leave our comfort zone. So easy access is always a great one. And then sleeping, it tracks your sleeping. Now, recovery is important. You have to recover from work. You know, not enough sleep, having a bad sleep. I'm not just going to talk about sport performance, but having a bad sleep, it actually ruins your whole hormones. You know that, right? It gives you more incidents, right? You know, you have more stress, right? You store fat near your belly, okay? We all know you need to sleep, right? As a human being, we need to have proper rest and good sleep. And then especially for those who want to improve their exercise, sleeping is where your body resets. You know, it gives you the resting time and reset your whole body. And so we need to have enough sleep. Nowadays, even my watches, it helped me with knowing if I sleep well or not. So here are some 5 most benefit that I believe wearable device give us as today's technology. I'm going to go through how in the future how I think wearable device will be leading us to. But this study recently shown in the American Medicine Association, ACSM, show us that it's actually sometimes wearable devices and smart system give us a negative impact. I believe that is so even though with today's, especially today with so many influencers and YouTubers and TikToks and that kind of stuff, we tend to just get the easy answers. We look into YouTube and then we believe that's true, whatever the YouTuber said. A lot of time they're giving us misleading information. A lot of time they're just saying things to get more views, okay, or there's reason behind it. Now, I have a lot of coaches come to me and tell me, hey, I'm losing clients. My clients told me, hey, if I work out now, I could just look into YouTube and I could just follow the workout. And I told them that's most of the time that's not going to work. They're going to injure themselves. Because like I said before, you have a lot of imbalances. You're not going to be able to see your own movement, right? Let's say you follow the HIIT on a YouTube. You start to move. What happened to your knee if it shifts inwards, outward? You're going to injure your tendons. You're going to injure your ACL. You have certain movement that you don't understand correctly. It takes time to become a specialist in human movement. But we tend to think about things in an easy way. We always think that, okay, 1 + 2 must be 2. How do you do this? Okay, I can see the YouTube. I want to get that fit. I want to do that. But a lot of times it's a misleading information. A lot of times the device is not as updated as I should say, it's not as complete, holistic as I would put it. So that's why sometimes there's always negative impacts. And I think the negative impact is that you still need professional understanding of your movement. And then also with how you're understanding with food as well. So, you know, you track your step, and then it's always carry in and out. You always have to eat less, right? And you move more, eat less, then you lose weight. That's how it works. So if you count your steps, and then you eat a cheesecake right after, I count my step, and then I'm gonna eat something big. That's not gonna work, right? So you have to know how to count your actual step, and then also understanding of proper nutrition, right? Sometimes you eat less, but then doesn't mean you eat good, right? You eat the wrong food. So what I'm thinking about the future of wearable devices, one is adapting with AI, okay? I think AI is moving really fast nowadays, and I think more wearable device will adopt with AI. Movement, like I said, with imbalances. They should have AI to tell you, okay, what's wrong with your knee? Why you shouldn't move like that? You look at the mirror nowadays. You look in a smart board. You could start moving HIIT. You could start exercising. I think they should be moving toward where they could tell you what's wrong with your movement, and then how to fix that movement. Okay, oh, you need to strengthen your butt. You need to strengthen your quadricep, for example. It got to give you details. Secondly, data. I think that right now, firstly, I think that right now, we put in a lot of data in our wearable devices. We put in a lot of data in our phone. It's a big data generation now, and we don't know where the data is going to. All right, I always have phone call calling from nowhere. He or she have all my names and stuff. I think that's a security problem, and I think data with the security control is important. And I think it should move toward there. And with the world right now, with the movement, with the internet and everything growing so rapidly, I don't know when would they catch up with law, and because it's a global thing, right? Somebody here in China get your data, and you live in US. How's that gonna work, right? The law here in US is different. So I think that's have to be improved as well, okay? And transparency of the person. And it's dangerous now with a lot of AI things. And also, I think communication as well. People start to communicate more with AI. Nowadays you go on AI, you can meet an AI boyfriend, an AI girlfriend. What happens? The machine get all your information. You attach emotionally, and then you get all your information. So I think they needed to be controlled with AI. Future fitness and trend driven by wearable devices. I think VR will be a new topic. I'm actually running a indoor triathlon race over there, where kids, I call them kids, they 18 or above, athletes. They're doing the rolling machine, they're cycling, they ski, and then I have a TV where it's shown where they're going. But sooner or later, they're gonna have VR devices. They're gonna be at home. They're going to start boxing in air, right? They start running in air, right? At home. They're gonna start working out at home, right? They will be able to see 3D at home, working out at home. They don't need to come out, right? So I think VR will be the next step. You could practice your basketball at home, right? Nowadays with medical school, surgeons are practicing, how to do surgery with VR, right? So I think VR, sooner or later, we could do our own exercise at home, right? And also connect on the internet, connect to your friends. You might be living in Hong Kong, but it connects to your friend in Germany, Italy. You're gonna play cycling together, right? At home, where it connects with VR, right? You can see your friends VR. I think that's gonna improve faster and more rapidly. And then also fashion. I believe it's gonna be more trendy. It's like smartwatches, right? They're going to come in different style. It have to suit to our daily wearable items. Okay, right now you got smart glasses that's more alike to actual glasses, right? You're not gonna cover your whole face like that walking out. So it's going to be more fashionable. So lastly, I think it's going to we need to also have customized nutrition package. I know there's a lot of nutrition apps, but then they don't work perfectly. Also, let's say these stuff, right? They never work perfectly, okay? It's just for your reference. You want to track your body composition. You step on the scale, right? it's not going to give you the perfect body composition. Okay, the most accurate body composition devices, right, is DEXA. So you probably heard of it. You go to the hospital, you lay down, there's a machine, and it generates your whole body and give you a body composition, the whole body composition, like the percentile of your fat and muscle and bone density. That's only I believe it's 95% accurate now, right? So that's just 95% accurate. So imagine that scale you have at home and try to check how your body composition. That's not going to be accurate. Everything is for reference. Okay, your body and my body work differently, right? The way I burn fat and the way you burn fat, it's going to be different. That's going to play a lot of different roles, right? Genetic plays a role, right? A lot of things, my hormones plays a role. There's a lot more things involved than coming in and out. Human body doesn't work like that. So I'm just saying we're using this stuff just for reference, right? It help our client, it help ourselves. And then also diet plan. I really think it's not too accurate right now with the apps. I think diet package, diet plan, nutrition plan should be more accurate. Also should be included with your daily hobby and habit. So let's say if you walk to work or you take a bus to work, it should be different. Everything should be monitored. It should link to your smart items. So it knows how long you walk and then what you eat. It should link up with everything else. And then 6, you should driven with the community. Like I said, it's sad nowadays. People even have a girlfriend with AI. They talk to their friends with, which is an AI, which is a bot. And I think at the same time, technology should enhance communication. So you and I should be able to do exercise and work out at home, just with VR or just watching the TV with a cam in front of me. We could do something together and do exercise, or let's go cycling in Paris, but sitting at home. You know what I mean? So I think we're moving toward that generation right now. I'm actually running a system with some of the prison cells here. I have a cycling machine in one of the prison cells, and then I have all the prison cells. They're having a race together. They just look into the camera and an iPad. Prisoners, inmates. Sorry, I don't know how to. Is there a better word for that? People inside. People inside, they're able to compete, and they see each other, in a event. Right now, I'm running a system like that. It kind of helped them to do exercise because they're inside all day. So I'm running a system right now with the local authorities. So yeah. And yes, and I believe we're working toward that even better, because instead of just looking at a small computer figures, we will be able to see VRs. We should be able to see your friends. Okay, and I think that's it for me.